Speaker, from government, we feel society places premium on moral values. Society encourages people to exhibit some certain moral traits, and people go to a large extent through numerous means to ensure that they get these moral traits, to the extent that as a matter of where you were born or circumstances you came to be in, you can't actually get in contact with these traits. Is it justifiable for government to use market forces to make such traits available to the general public? Madam Chair, please take note. Now, we get analysis on the nature of consent, how whether individuals or family, who is in a better place to give this consent. From government, we feel like it should be the family. Why do we feel so? We say, considering the instance that someone dies, or this in the worst case scenario when you harvest these traits that the individual dies, who then should be in a place to give this consent? We believe, as it pertains to autopsy and issues like this, that it's usually the family, and the family would be the best person to give consent in this instance. Secondly, even if we are to take them at their best, that the individual should be the one to give this consent, we tell you that the individual will still need these character traits because he's using them for his day-to-day needs. So it will not be good to snatch these traits in such violent a means. Secondly, they tell us that these traits are consumables. So if we are to buy the analogy that these traits are consumables, why then do you tell us to go take it from these individuals when they are alive? Because once we take it, the utility of that goods ends for the individual who owns it in the first instance. Now they tell us on their argument about properties and how some certain properties are so good that society should not delve into it. So we respect decisions of people to own properties. We respect it. Government respects the decisions of people to own properties. But society places a premium on such properties. You have an option either to allow such properties to be taken or not, like people that submit to their brain cells to be harvested and kept so that their memories could be extracted. These are things people in the status quo use market forces to opt in or opt out for, and so many billionaires have opted into this sum of preservations of their brain cells, and they tell us that redistribution of this sort of traits is harmful to society. Now, I tell you that in the instance that no one is harmed, the individual is not harmed, or society is not harmed, should we still extract these traits? They give us no response. I tell you that society is justified to extract it. Now, as a matter of extension, two things in this speech. Firstly, I'm going to tell you that government is morally justified to create environments that allows for some certain societal traits to be exhibited. Now, from my government PM speech, we got the analysis that some traits are important in society. Now, why is this true? I tell you that government tries to encourage things like security because government feels it's important. Government encourages education because it is important. Government in that same light should encourage moral goods like character traits in society, because society believes that such goods are important, and government as an arbitrary structure is built on the preferences of individuals. So if the majority of individuals in that society buy into this, then why shouldn't we opt into it? I'll take you.
So if government is interested in moral uprightness of citizenry, why do you have to commodify the things?
Okay, now this will bring me to my second argument. Market forces are a good means for securing this kind of goods. Now I'm going to tell you that in school system, these means have already been commodified. Why is it so? When you go to school, you not only earn certificates, you inculcate some habits in that places. That is why companies are more willing to pay graduates from some certain schools like Harvard, MIT, schools in China and the rest, because they know that not only did you go to the school to get education, you got some character traits from those institutions. Character traits like integrity, like honesty, like excellence. These are not things you can get by chance. These are things that get as a result of the environment you find yourself. Society places a premium. That is why you find employers of labor trying to position themselves in a way that they get the best brains on earth, because as a result of getting this education, you got some traits society found available. Secondly, I will tell you that even in society as at now, the use of market forces is seen as an acceptable goods for securing things. Why is it so? When people go for employment, it's like a situation where you exchange your qualification for the money you seek to get. So companies literally use market forces to trade for your qualification in order to give you money. This is the same thing we are saying. We are trading moral characteristics for money. In the instance that people are willing to pay, people are willing to buy these traits. And take note, judges, people are rational. People won't buy all traits, but people will buy the traits they feel they need the most. People will buy the traits that they feel matters to their particular needs the most. People will buy the traits that they feel it speaks to them as an individual, and communities will buy traits that they feel it speaks to their needs as a community. I feel you should take note that it occurs in all segments of society. You find parents actually going to use market forces to actually get artificially inseminated. Parents that want to create. If we take something as morally sacrosanct as giving birth to a child, if people can accept to use market forces to procure this end, we believe that people will be willing to use market forces to procure this character trait. Proudly, government.